Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. The Ukrainian heavyweight Oleksandr Usyk has broken through in the IBF rankings with a relatively high position, and Charles Martin has also cracked the top 15. But we'll start at the top here. So Kubrat Pulev remains the number one rated contender. He's also the IBF mandatory challenger, currently waiting for his title shot against Anthony Joshua. Him and Joshua are currently negotiating. They have pushed the deadline out to the end of January. It's looking likely that Pulev will face Joshua probably in May, probably in the UK. But it remains to be seen. The other negotiations going on that are sort of impacting on that one as well is Oleksandr Usyk, who's the WBO mandatory challenger. So it does look like the pecking order could be Pulev next, followed by Usyk, but it's hard to say that definitively at this point. And number 2, not rated. Number 3, Adam Kovnatsky, who will be returning on March 7th at the Barclays. They are zeroing in on an opponent for him, soon to be announced by the looks of it. Dominic Brazil has actually just posted that it's not going to be him. He obviously knows who it is going to be, most likely looking like Robert Helenius. We shall see. Probably in the next day or two after this video goes up, there will be some form of announcement, I would imagine. And number 4, Ajit Kabayal, who's been relatively inactive in the past couple of years, probably doing well to maintain such a high ranking in the IBF. Just the one fight in 2019, just the one fight in 2018. But there is some optimism that he is going to be more active in 2020. He signed a co-promotional deal with Top Rank. He's currently promoted by SES Boxing as well. He is meant to be out early in the new year, so we shall see what happens for Kabayal in 2020. I think he's due for a big year. At number 5, this is the first of the major changes, and it's effectively a swap out from last month. Anthony Joshua as the challenger. He was at number 5 last month, but coming in now is Andy Ruiz Jr., the beaten champion. So they basically do a direct swap, 5 for 5. Moving on, coming into the top 15 at number 6 is Oleksandr Usyk. And that he actually is a direct swap out for Tyson Fury. Because the Wilder Fury fight is confirmed now, Tyson Fury drops out altogether. He is fighting for another title in another sanctioning body. Oleksandr Usyk comes in, and that actually marks him being in all 4 of the major sanctioning bodies. So he is at number 6 or better in all 4. Remaining firm at number 7 this month is Michael Hunter, who's coming off that draw against Alexander Povetkin in December 2019. Number 8 is Filip Hrgovic. He is up 1 spot. He actually swaps places with Gerald Washington, who drops down to 9. Alexander Povetkin, also after that draw against Michael Hunter, holds firm at number 10. And interestingly, at number 11 here, you have the inclusion of former IBF champion Charles Martin, who really hasn't been active of late, but seemingly has done something to get into the top 15 here. So maybe some backroom dealings, brown envelopes changing hands. Who knows what's been going on here, but Martin into the IBF rankings. There has been some talk from the Martin camp, from his manager and Martin himself, that they're looking to go after top 15 opponents in 2020, and that doesn't necessarily mean the best 15 in the world, but ranking 15. So Charles Martin might go after 1 or 2 names here in the top 15, possibly a couple of names below where he is. At number 12, you have Joseph Parker, who will be returning to the ring after an absence of several months. He'll be back in the ring at the end of February, opponent TBA. A number of people, though, have been talking about a possible Joseph Parker and Charles Martin fight. And don't get me wrong, I like that fight, but with promotional considerations, just not sure that gets done at this point. And I know people say, well, what about Andy Ruiz Jr. crossing over to fight Anthony Joshua? Bit of a difference there, you know, it was a title shot with millions of dollars on the line. Joseph Parker isn't bringing that to this DAZN card he's going to be on in the United States at the end of February. I just think, you know, in this day and age, some of these promotional considerations, we just got to factor that in a little bit more when thinking about potential matchups, because with these heavyweight silos forming, it really does matter and it does count. But at number 13, you have the German Tom Schwarz, who's just had a couple of tune-ups since his loss to Tyson Fury in mid-2019. It'll be interesting to see what his promoter, SES, he's promoted by the same outfit that looks after Ajit Kabayal, what they will do with him in 2020, because seemingly he hasn't proven that he's European level yet, but he's obviously been to the big stage in Las Vegas, Tyson Fury, and come up way short. Where do they take him now? Because what is the audience and what's the appetite to see a guy like Tom Schwarz in the ring after his woeful performance against Tyson Fury? It's going to be interesting to see, because they just can't keep feeding him low-level opponents, journeymen and cruiserweights, because, what's the point of that? Can he come again and make his way to world level? Still relatively young. I'm not convinced, though. Zhili Zhang, he's at number 14 as he was last month, and same for Otto Wallen at 15, no change for him. But the big moves this month, Oleksandr Usyk coming into the rankings at number 6, Charles Martin in at number 11, Joshua goes out because he's now the champion again, and Tyson Fury dips out as well due to his world title shot in the WBC. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Boxing_squared. I'm out.